What are we doing here tonight?
Hi. Hi. We're so excited to see everyone and meet everyone.
What are you talking about? Girls, I told you girls to go clean your rooms. Okay, Daddy's got to focus tonight. He's got a big match. I'm getting ready for the match. Mm-hmm. You girls come here, and this isn't cool. Okay, this is Daddy time right now. Daddy doesn't get a lot of time. Daddy gets some time on the toilet in the morning. And he gets some time. Don't laugh at me. Do not laugh at me right now. This is not funny. Okay, go clean your rooms and get to bed. It's a school night. Daddy's gonna go do his match stuff. Being a dad sucks sometimes.
Well, hello, everybody. You're looking live at my face. I am Ken, the pit boss, Napzok, and join me is one of the greatest Schmodown competitors of all time, Mark Yodi Reilly. We're here for a great event, Mark. Happy to be here with you.
Happy to be here, too, Mr. Napzok, the pit boss. It's an honor to call this event next to you, my friend.
Yeah, so what we have here is a very special charity match here in the Movie Trivia Face-Off League. But what is the Movie Trivia Face-Off League? Well, if you're watching this for the first time, it is a group of dedicated fans of the Movie Trivia Schmodown who got together and said, hey, we want to do this too as an homage to the thing we love. And the passion for the game, the Movie Trivia Schmodown, translated very easily to this fan league, this so-called, I put quotation marks around fan league, Mr. Reilly, because from this league, legitimate Schmodown contenders have emerged. So what you're watching here is quite possibly the future of the Schmodown you love, right, Mark?
That's right, Ken. I'm very actually worried about these people. They're starting to come into the league and take over, which means bad news for me in the long run. But I'm excited to actually get in here and scope out the competition, as it were, and follow the lead here. These are the future, Ken, and this is a really special event to do this. So I'm excited to not only raise some money for St. Baldricks, but also scope out that competition, like I said.
Let's talk about St. Baldricks Foundation. This organization, this great organization, has been around for a while. There's a great history of it. You can go to their website and find out more. But I was introduced to this by one of our players here today, Hillbilly Scribbs, and one of his friends, Jeff Saunders Scribbler, is a man I know. And they both kind of introduced this into my life over the Napzok files and other things I do. It's a great organization. Cancer research for children, Mark. Very important stuff. Very heavy stuff. And look, here's some of the facts. There is a lot of money that can be donated to cancer research, but in a lot of cases, every dollar donated, 4 to 5 cents goes to childhood cancer research, not with St. Baldricks Foundation. That's why it's here, to add more funds to the fight, Mark.
That's right. It's a little bit of a disparity out there for raising money, and that's why St. Baldricks is so great, because we can actually get some more money out there, hit the people that really, truly need it. I'm so excited to actually be here to share it with everybody. I'm going to be sharing it all over the social media, talking about it on my own shows, Ken, because this is a special thing that we need more people to be involved in.
We do need more people to be involved in it, and involved here today are some competitors that are putting not only their reputation on the line as Schmodown fans and Movie Trivia Face-Off competitors, they're putting their hair on the line. You see St. Baldricks Foundation does shave events throughout the year. In fact, my pal Scribbler is often involved with them. We talked about it recently on the Napzok files. I don't know how much hair Hillbilly Scribbs has donated, whether off his head or off his back. We'll find out, but that's what brings us here today. The feuds, the hot feuds in the Movie Trivia Face-Off League have boiled over into what we now can kind of call a hair versus hair event, which is a staple in the wild world of professional wrestling, and now it's here as well. Mark, you have beautiful, luxurious hair. That would be almost worse than losing your title for a good cause. Put that aside for right now.
Sure.
This is a lot to lose.
It is a lot to lose. I mean, sure, the hair can go, but it's worth it in the end. But that is some bragging rights to be held here on the Movie Trivia Face-Off League. Sure, it's a good cause to lose your hair, but really it's about losing this match and putting your reputation on the line here in this Trivia Fan League. No matter a loss is a loss, and it hits these competitors. It hits me all the time, Ken.
Yep.
So I wouldn't want to lose my my hair, but if it's for a good cause, sure. But right now, these competitors, this is bragging rights if we're getting really into it, Ken, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We're here for a big reason. We're here for a good reason, but we're also here for these competitors jockeying for position. It's a heated field of competitors out there in the movie trivia face-off. And again, not for nothing, but if you know that if you do well here in the face-off league, and someone like Christian Harloff is and correct question more important. And let's talk about our competitors here today. It's a three-way dance. We have in one side Hillbilly Scribbs. He is he's a faction. He's part of the faction, the Fraction. I want to get that right. Managed by Mark the Maniac Camire. I like that name, Maniac. Let's see if he can. And I hope I'm saying Camire right. I'm gonna guess, and then they're gonna type in the. They're gonna let me know.
It sounds right to me, Ken. If I'm looking at my screen here, and it's right. We're getting the word that it is right.
I'm getting the word that it's right.
Yeah.
You know, I wish we had. We got some here in the Face-Off League. There's some things I've already noticed. The way the questions are presented on a document, already I really like, and I can talk to the booth live in the chat session. I think me and Ellis need that right now. The other competitors, let's not get too distracted.
Sure.
I'm saying it to myself here. We got the other competitors: Ryan Carmel Mountain Payne. I love Carmel. I love mountains. Therefore, I think I love Ryan Carmel Mountain Payne. He is being managed by Alex Mack Daddy Shashek, who also manages John's daughters. Why do I say that? Because this next competitor, he's a scoundrel. He's a rapscallion, but he's got two of the best fans in the movie trivia schmodown, his daughters, who go to live events and make signs that make the competitors cry and tug on their heartstrings. But don't be fooled by that. John is a dastardly fellow, and John the Sandman Mariano is the third competitor here today, Mr. Reilly.
That's right. Yeah, John Mariano, the Sandman. Those kids need to keep him in line. I think they're going to be looking forward to, if he does take the L, shaving off his hair would be a big thing for them, and a due process, if you will.
Absolutely. I think we're about ready to go. The competitors are in their corners. Hillbilly Scribbs, his manager, Mark the Maniac, who, by the way, is a great podcaster, too. His show, Mark Talk, can be found on Anchor. He used to call into my show, Daily Thrones, a lot when I was doing that on Anchor, and he still contributes with some phone calls into my show, Casterly Talk. But it's not about my plugs. It's about what's going on here today, unless I'm talking about my hair plugs that I still need to get. All right, it is almost time, but let's go to the tale of the tape with a former champion who knows the importance of strengths.
That's right.
Yodi Reilly.
That's right. We got the Caramel Mountain right now. His strengths are Denzel Washington movies and Star Wars movies. Ken, we need Denzel Washington in a Star Wars movie. That's some good strengths
Sign me
there.
up for that.
Yeah, and over at Hillbilly Scribbs, Indiana Jones, Star Wars, and drinking moonshine and not going blind. So that's a really, really good and powerful strength right there. And then on over to John Mariano, the Sandman. His strengths are also Emilio Estevez movies and parody movies. I love a good parody, Ken. And those are the strengths, tail of the tape for our three competitors. Back to you, Ken. What do you think?
You know, and with John's strengths, I think he also forgets putting children to bed without dinner, a strength there. But I'll tell you what, Hillbilly Scribbs, his strength of not going blind, I'm not sure what he's referencing. I don't know if he's a chaste fellow. Carmel Mountain, I'm excited with his strengths as well. Denzel Washington, Star Wars. I've never thought of those two things together. Now I will, and I can't unthink it. On that note, that's the strengths of our competitors here today. We are going to go to some promos.
Oh, we're starting already? I was just getting my doll face pin set up. So I didn't know what the cause was today. I thought it was eat a pork, save a chicken. You're telling me it's the same Baldricks org now? Is that it? So let's do some stuff for kids for charity and help some kids out. All right, we're gonna put my hair on the line. I'm gonna win, and everyone else is gonna lose their hair. I'm gonna go eat some pizza. Elk's gonna do some talking for me.
That's right. Once again, you are blessed with the presence of the Elk. What's up, face-off fanatics? You always want a little bit more from me, and I'm always happy to give it to you. And I would have given my hair for this matchup and for a good cause, saving those little kitties and raising them into the killers of tomorrow. That's what the Dollhouse does best. But of course, God, well, he won that hair versus hair match with me a long, long time ago. So what we have today is a couple of competitors who dream of beating John Mariano. Not gonna happen. You know that John's a killer outside of the ring, inside of the ring. He kills porgs, he kills competitors, and there's nothing you can do to get in his way. Ryan, the Caramel Mountain Payne, I hope you've enjoyed that wonderful head of hair of yours, because it's going away. You're gonna look shinier than Homer after you put his head in that Shino Bolo. That's right. And oh, how about your other opponent today? Oh, we're so afraid. We're so scared. Oh, I can't even remember who you're facing. Who are you facing, Mariano?
That mountain and the hillbilly.
Oh, the Hillbilly. That's why I didn't remember. I purged him from my mind like whatever aliens took him off this planet purged every bit of knowledge he's ever had. Man can barely add to 3. There's no way his points go higher than that. So John Mariano looking to win today because guess what? Even when it comes to charity, even when it's to save a few lives and it is a good cause, get those donations in right now, folks, or the Elk will be very disappointed in you. Even though it's a good cause, the Dollhouse does one thing and one thing only, and that's win matches. That's what Mariano is going to do today, representing. Mariano, let's do this.
Let's rock.
You know, I thought by having a manager, I'd be able to go into these matches no longer alone, but, you know, life happens. So guess what? I'm going to be just like my boy Han. I'm going in this solo. With that being said, Hillbilly, this is a great opportunity that you have set up for myself, and not just for my opponent, John, but I will get to you later, John, but right now, Scribbs. My God. After that booze bout, I thought that was going to be the only time me and you were going to be face to face, or at least facing each other again. I thought that was going to be the last time, but sorry if I'm a little confused right now. I mean, it's just the fact that if I lose this match, all of this is gone. Something that I have worked real hard to not only grow, to maintain. This hair has become a part of me. I mean, hell, this literally is me. I came into this league with this on my head, and to walk out knowing this is going to be gone, that scares me. That's enough to make you shudder. But you know what? That also has got me pumped up. But you know what's Mariano, I don't want to leave you out on alone. I don't want you to think that I think that you're you're someone I think lesser of, like I'm underestimating you. No, I actually don't underestimate you. Actually, I would not be surprised if you are the one I have to be wary of, that you are the one who's going to dominate in this match, because I may not know everything what's going on in the Dollhouse, but I do know that you have been making the rounds and making yourself a dominant player, a dominant figure in the Dollhouse. And from the booze bout, after you have considerably butchered my name over and over again, I seriously want to beat you really bad. Not just you and Scribbs, but this will set me up moving forward into World War Geek, to becoming the first Geek champion. One man enter, one geek to rule them all. Well, guess what? Not only am I going to walk out of this with my hair intact, I'm going to walk out with the confidence and with the assuredness that not only will I become a main figure in the movie tree of Face Off, but I will be the one on top of the mountain as Geek Champion. Good luck, gentlemen. You're going to need it. And be careful. Because the scariest thing about a mountain is you have no idea how high it goes.
Howdy, folks. This is your good friend, the Hillbilly Scribbs, and I'm here with you with my man, the Maniac, Mark Camire from the Fraction, and we're here to represent in this here charity match. And I gotta tell you, folks, I've been looking forward to this thing for a while. Y'all may recall a little while back ago that their rascal, the Sandman, John Mariano, called me out and said we should do a hair versus hair match. And then we got these the fine folks at St. Baldricks involved with it. So, you know, we could raise a little money for a really good cause. And that's why we're here tonight. And we're going to have some fun. And hopefully you guys will have some fun too. And you know what? I think I just might be ready to get one of them there W's.
Yeah, you had it. There it is. It's ironic that Mr. Mariano, and his boy, the reindeer, the elk, whatever he wants to call themselves, that they make fun of you because when you put your mind to something, such as a good cause like this, you're unstoppable. I don't think they know what they're walking into, and I think that John better hold on to what's left of, the hair. It's gonna be gone, and this is something that is near and dear to all of our hearts in the Fraction. Who says the Fraction aren't charitable? We obviously are. Look at them. And I think you are going to show all of the movie trivia face-off, nay, the world, exactly what you are capable of when you put your mind to it. All you gotta do is focus. You're gonna focus. You're gonna remember all the movies you've watched repeatedly and repeatedly. You're not even gonna worry about counting. This is all not about counting. This is about remembering movies. You know how to do that. You're gonna show them. You're gonna know how to do that. This is going to be the day of the Scribbler.
That is right. It is going to be the day of the Scribbler. I like the way that sounds. And you know what? While we're here, the person that should really tell us a little bit about this match and this cause is my roommate, Jeff. Well, let's see what he has to say. Well, thanks, Hillbilly. My name's Jeff. For those of you that don't know me, I help out here in the Movie Trivia Face-Off. I usually help out on the other side of the camera, but tonight they asked me to come on this side and just talk a little bit about what we're doing. So for those of you that don't know, when I'm not doing all this fun stuff, I actually have another job in real life. And in that job, I get the honor and the privilege to help care for some really amazing and really special kids and their families. And at a time when these kids and their families are not necessarily going through the easiest of things. For the past 5 years, I've had the opportunity to be involved with the St. Baldrick's charity. And what I can tell you about the charity is its sole purpose is to help fund childhood cancer research. And after the U.S. government, they're the number one funder of childhood cancer research here in the U.S. And their funding also helps out research globally as well. Now, every year they do these really amazing events where people sign up to get their heads shaved to raise money and awareness for the need for childhood cancer research. And at these events, it's a blast. It's so much fun. You get to see a lot of the kiddos who have finished up treatment, and they're out doing normal kid stuff. And it's just such a joy to see them out in the real world doing stuff that kids should be doing, having fun. And that's one reason that all this research is important. As a coworker of mine says, we're in the year 2020. Why have we not cured these childhood cancers yet? And that's a really good question. And really the main reason is lack of funding. The researchers are out there, the studies are out there, there's just not funding to get them going. So if you're able to, please help us out in the description to this video, and also on the image of the video, it's either down here or up there, there is a link that you can go to, and it will take you to a page on the stbaldricks.org website where we've set up a fundraiser to help them out in their efforts. And please, I implore you to go there and help us out as well. Even if you're only able to donate $10, $5, or even $1. If we all do a little bit, it'll all add up to a lot, and we can all help make a difference. And, we really should, because this is one of the best of causes. But I think that's about it. I'm going to get out of here so you guys can enjoy the match. And I'm just going to throw it back to my roommate, Hillbilly. Well, there you have it. Just like he said, this is for the best of causes, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun. I hope you folks enjoy the show. And if you can, please do help out.
All right, Mr. Reilly, those are some pretty tough words from all those competitors. Hillbilly Scribbs brings in his roommate. This is the guy I was telling you about, Scribbs. A little more information, better served from him than me about St. Baldrick's Foundation, what they do and why we're here, these worldwide shave events. The hair on the line here today. One of these competitors could lose their hair, which, Mark, that was on the mind of Carmel Mountain.
Carmel Mountain, yeah, it's weighing heavy on his mind because he does have a really great head of hair there, but he's also pretty focused right now, Ken, because he is looking forward. You can't really look too forward past the match at hand, but he is looking forward to be the head geek, if you will. There is an event coming up, a kind of free-for-all event, I should say, the World War Geek event that he wants to make a name at that. So he's really locked in. I'm looking at him. I think we can expect big things from the Carmel Mountain if I am reading him correctly.
You can. And speaking of big things, what about the attitude here on Mariano, the Sandman?
Yeah,
I know. Mariano Rivera, one of the great Yankees, he's got a good attitude. This guy, John Mariano, the Sandman, not a good attitude, threatening to eat a porg, which is something you just don't do.
No, that's if you're a Star Wars fan, you can't eat a porg. That's what we know, Ken.
He's got these great kids, and he's being mean to them again, putting them to bed without dinner. I thought I liked this guy. I met him one time on a subway in New York. Maybe it was the shadows. Maybe it's something I didn't see about his soul. He came off pretty aggressive there. But,
he sure did, Ken. I'm seriously considering taking away his producer credit on the Reilly Roundtable, but he might need some alone time by taking a dump or something. Just getting that quiet time that he needs to get his head right. But we're gonna see right now.
Yeah, find your focus while taking a grumpy. That's a good way to look at life.
That's a good one there.
Well, if we are ready, let's go ahead. Riley, I will bring in these competitors to
bring them in, the pit boss
movie trivia face-off event here. Introducing first, being managed by his faction mate in the fraction, Mark the Maniac Camire. This is Hillbilly Scribbs. And his opponent, being managed by Alex Mack Daddy Shashek. This is Ryan Caramel Mountain Payne. And finally, their opponent in this triple threat hair versus hair versus hair match, being advised by his faction mate in the dollhouse, Andrew the Elk Kelk. This is John the Sandman Mariano.
Oh,
well, there are.
Look at
look at that, Ken. And we got John Mariano already eating a pizza. You think he's already celebrating a match, or he just doesn't care?
These New Yorkers, they rub their pizza in our face. I'm telling you, the Times Square hot dogs are better, but no one believes it. We've got Hillbilly Scribbs. I think he knows where he is. He might not be used to being inside the house. I think his roommate sends him out to the outhouse more often. But look at Carmel Mountain. I'm saying caramel. I just like drizzling it on my chocolate. I'll say it a different time every way. But Carmel Mountain there, look at this, Mark. This is a fierce-looking competitor right there.
This is a fierce-looking competitor. You got three different competitors here, all coming in doing different things here. Yeah, eating the pizza, John Mariano, rubbing our face in it. I hope Hillbilly Scribbs, he knows where he is, but I'm looking at the Caramel Mountain right now. Ken, he looks locked and loaded. I'm excited for this match. This is a much better match than a lot of the things I've seen lately.
Absolutely. This match is going to be 3 rounds. We are going to go to the rules for round number 1. These are the rules that a lot of you are familiar with it here. 8 questions in random categories given to all competitors. The competitors have 15 seconds to write their answers, and they must be said aloud when revealing the response. All questions worth 1 point. A perfect round triggers a 1 point bonus question. Don't forget, Reilly, just like over in the movie Trivia Schmodown, they have these additional things. Challenges. Each competitor can challenge any ruling. Reversals that you keep your challenge. If it's doesn't go your way, you lose your challenge. And then, of course, the JTE rule, named after famed Wisconsin mac and cheese enthusiast Josh Chet Tapia. Each competitor can ask 3 times during the match for a question to be repeated. So that is the rules. Familiar rules to you, Mark. Can you talk quickly about the importance of getting a head start in round 1?
That's right, Ken. Yeah, good rules to adhere to. Round 1 is the round where you really want to get your best foot forward. You want to answer as many as possible because you need that head start going into a second round. As we know, we'll get there. But that first round, not only does it get rid of the nerves, as it will, but it really does set you up and make your other competitors worry how well you do. You have a total of 8 points available to you. If you can pull a perfect round, well then, you're way ahead of the game here.
If you can do that. All right. I think with the rules explained, Mark, are all the competitors ready to go? Scribbs, Hillbilly.
I am ready, sir.
All right, Mr. Mountain.
I got off the boost so I can be ready for this. So let's do this.
All right, New York Jerk.
What's up, nerds? Yeah, absolutely. That's good. Let's do this. No, thanks for coming by, Ken, Mark.
All right, then let's get ready to Schmodown, and it's time for the movie Trivia Schmodown. All the catchphrases in one segment. All right, we've got 8 questions in the first round. I'll take the first one here. Go ahead, Mr. Reilly. We'll take number 2. Competitors. First question comes in the category of baseball movies. Baseball movies. Why couldn't this be in the regular Schmodown? I'd be a champion. Question is, The Benchwarmers star Rob Schneider, John Heater, and what other actor as a trio of nerds competing in a baseball tournament against children? All right.
Ooh, that's a good question there, Ken. Benchwarmers, a classic that a lot of people might not remember.
Absolutely. We're going to need some answers here in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens are down. Look for answers starting with Hillbilly.
All right. Well, this is that movie pretty much sums up my entire sports career.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go with that there, David Spade on this one.
Ding, that's correct. We got a point.
Boom.
Mr. Mountain, Carmel Mountain.
Yeah, pretty much the same, except I didn't have to face against adults. David Spade.
David Spade is right. Mr. Sandman.
Oh, I couldn't pull it. I had Artie Lang.
Oh, well, you're out there in New York. You're always going to think about Artie Lang. So, John Mariano misses. It
misses the first.
1-0, Mark. Good starts for 2 of the competitors.
Good starts for the 2 competitors there. John Mariano missing that one, but that's okay. We got 7 more questions in this round, Ken, and we're moving on to question number 2 in the category of disaster movies. Disaster movies. In your question, what 1996 disaster movie set in New York has the tagline, "Hold Your Breath"?
Hold your breath, Mark. That's the words I heard often when rooming with Josh McCougan on the road.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Yeah.
Just the way it goes. Competitors thinking their thoughts here.
Thinking their thoughts.
We're going to need an answer soon in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Looking for pens down. All pens are out there. That's good. Mark, go ahead and call it. Look for answers, starting with Mr. Mountain.
Caramel Mountain, you are up.
I don't know. I'm pretty much soft guessing Dante's Peak.
That's incorrect. We're going to look next to John Mariano, the Sandman. Do you have it?
I softer guessed Titanic.
That is incorrect as well. We're going over to Hillbilly Scribbs. Do you have the correct answer?
Is it 2 days from now? Day after tomorrow?
Oh, look at that. No.
Look at that. Across the board, Ken. No, the answer is Daylight. Daylight. That Sylvester Stallone movie. Yeah, that one.
Got to think back to that great year of 1996. All right, it's still tied at 1 with Mariano yet to get on the board. Third question, gentlemen. Third question comes in the category of Oscars. Oscars. What director won the Best Director Award for his work on Brokeback Mountain? Brokeback Mountain. That was Reilly. I'm I'm getting old. That movie seems like yesterday, but I heard it was 49 years ago.
Yes, it feels like 49 years ago, and this is the movie, Ken, that really was probably the better of the movies that won the best. Well,
I'm gonna need answers.
there's a Crash Oscar out there somewhere that's the worst movie.
3, 2, 1. Pens are down. Pens are down. We're gonna need answers starting with John Mariano.
I'm just going to keep throwing at the dartboard till I get one. Ang Lee?
Well, you got one.
You
That's
got
points.
one. John Mariano on the board.
Hillbilly Scribbs.
I also got that there, Ang Lee.
Ang Lee. All right.
Correct.
There you go. Point here. Mr. Payne. Carmel.
And make it a sweep. Ang Lee.
Ang Lee, look at that. Everyone has a correct answer in that round. Mariano's on the board. Mark, we are not going to see a shutout here tonight.
Yeah, no shutout here. We got 2, 2, and 1, and we're moving on to our next category, which is Natalie Portman. Natalie Portman movies. And in the category of Natalie Portman, your question, guys, in which 1990s movie can you see Natalie share the screen with acting legend Jack Nicholson?
Oh, I remember that one well, Mark.
This is it.
And remember the 90s.
I sure
Remember
do.
the 90s.
That was the heyday for
Dream
me.
of the 90s.
The 90s I remember very well.
Portland.
Don't remember yesterday, but I remember the 90s.
That's right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens are down. Pens are down. We are going to need an answer from Hillbilly Scribbs.
I believe it's that there Mars Attacks.
Yes, it is. We got a
Nailed
point.
it. That's a point there. Mars Attacks it is.
Ryan's next.
No, I guess Wolf.
Wolf. Oh,
I mean, Wolf's a bad answer, but a good one.
Wolf
All
is
right.
it's a good answer, but James Spader doesn't look like Natalie Portman that much unless you see him in The Office. We're going over to John Mariano last. Do you have it?
No, I blanked. I was writing that as good as it gets, but I blanked.
As good as it gets. What if this is as good as it gets? Well, we got a 3-2-1 match. Hillbilly Scribbs taking an early one mark as we go to our fifth question. Fifth question. Category is movie release dates. Movie release dates. Movie.
The dreaded movie release dates, Cat.
Here we go, competitors. In what year was the first installment of the Twilight series released in theaters? Released in theaters. Reilly talking about sparkly vampires. Where were
Sparkly
you
vampires.
when you first saw them sparkle?
Oh, man, I was not in the theater, that's for sure. Twilight wasn't for me. I was waiting for Robert Pattinson to be the sixth Batman or whatever we are now with these. Apparently there's a new image out there,
5,
Ken.
4, 3, 2, and 1. And 1. Pens are down. We are going to Carmel Mountain.
Only positive I can say about this movie is that it introduced me to the band Paramore of 2008.
That is correct.
That's correct. That's a big pull there, Ken.
2008, Mariano.
Oh, I had 2005. I've never seen these movies.
That's close,
yes,
but no
but
cigar
no.
there, John.
Yes, but no, that hair's looking thin right now. Mr. Scribbs.
Well, as those of you that know me know, numbers are hard. I put 2009.
Numbers are hard, and that was a wrong number. So
Wrong.
Carmel Mountain gets back into this, ties for the lead. It's 3-3. John Mariano, the Sandman, he's got to be running his hands through those locks and thinking about what might be lost here, Mr. Reilly.
That's true. He's running them through right now, wondering what it'll feel like if it's all gone. But we are going on to our next question here, Ken.
Yes, sir.
And that is the category of Christopher Walken movies. Christopher Walken is a category I'd like to see in the movie Trivia Schmodown. And your question, in what 2000s movie can you find Christopher Walken play the role of Leonardo DiCaprio's father?
Oh, my. Wow.
Christopher Walken.
You can't answer the Fat Boy Slim video, right? That's not there.
That's not, I don't believe so, but we could always
That's
do
fair.
a challenge and see what we get.
That's fair. People are writing things down, but we're going to need answers here in about 5, 4, 3,
JTE?
2. JTE coming in here for
Okay.
John Mariano.
We got a repeat here. We're going back to in what 2000s movie can you find Christopher Walken play the role of Leonardo DiCaprio's father?
All right. First use of the Jete rule there. We are going to need an answer coming down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens are down. Carmel Mountain just got it in. It did not look like Mariano could get it done there. All right, we are going to John Mariano.
Yeah, I didn't get it done. I just watched it too. I couldn't pull it.
He couldn't pull it, Ken. All right.
Mr.
Unfortunate
Scribbs.
there.
I'm pretty sure this is not it, but I put the beach.
The beach. I mean, that's a good guess, but
It's a good guess. Danny Boyle classic there, but unfortunately, that's not the right answer.
Mr. Mountain.
I believe it's Catch Me If You Can.
You believe right, and
Yes.
you take a lead.
Oh, yeah.
You take
Carmel
a
Mountain.
lead.
That's right. And Christopher Walken, for his role as Leo's dad, nominated for an Oscar, too, I believe.
Absolutely. All right, we've got the seventh question. Seventh question, the category is monster movies. Monster movies.
Wow.
Name one actor or actress that reprised their role from Godzilla for the sequel, Godzilla, King of the Monsters. All right.
It's a pretty good deep cut there for a monster movie there, Ken, in the first round. And somewhere Mark Ellis perked to attention. This is one of his favorite movies, the favorite franchises ever, I believe.
Yeah, he stopped watching himself on Dog Stepfather just to perk up for that one.
All right.
We're going to need an answer here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mariano's got pizza, not a pen. We are looking for
I
an
have
answer.
Ken Watanabe.
Well, all right. I wasn't going to call on him, but he went, and he gets a point.
He does get a point.
He does get a point.
And
All
that's
right,
a much needed point there.
We're going to go to Carmel Mountain, Ryan Payne.
I wrote 2 down: Ken Watanabe and Sally Hawkins.
Both are right. You only
Both
get
are
1
right.
point. We'll give you the point, though. And finally, Hillbilly Scribbs.
I went there with that there Ken Watanabe.
Watanabe. We'll take that. We've got a tie at the top. Well, excuse me, not a tie. It is 5-4. Ryan leading here. Hillbilly Scribbs for John Mariano with a pizza and coming up in the rear with 2 points.
Ken, I'm going to interrupt here. Looks like we do have a challenge on the table right now.
All right. The managers are putting down a challenge here.
Yeah, the Maniac here.
Mark, the Maniac, is challenging. He says John wrote a different name. So we're going to go to our judges here because, quite frankly, I couldn't see the screen that small. Go ahead, enjoy some popcorn. We're going to our judges.
All right, Ken, we
Mark,
are back.
Reilly,
and
we
that
confirm,
challenge, it is, we have overturned the point. It was, he kind of switched some names there. It's Watanabe, and he put Wanatabe. It's a Watanabe. And John kind of mixed some words there. You do have to get those things right there. I remember a match, Ken, that I said Olivia Spencer instead of Octavia Spencer. So, yeah, I've been there. It happens, especially with some of these names.
Yep. Lena Headley. We got that one there. And, of course, anything out of JTE's mouth. So,
correct.
All right. We are back down to 5-4-1. 5-4-1. 2 questions. 1 question left in this round because we do not have a perfect round. And the final question comes in the category, gentlemen, of movie quotes. Movie quotes. In what Dirty Harry movie can you hear the quote, "Go ahead, make my day"? You know what's funny? This is, Reilly, a very famous quote, but I got to tell you, I bet most people on the street would probably get it wrong.
Yeah, Ken, this is actually a sneaker of a quote. A lot of people do know it, but do they know the movie?
Do they know the 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1? Pens are down. We're looking for answers from John Mariano. Now it is your time.
I put Magnum Force.
Magnum Force is incorrect.
Unfortunately, no. But it is a Dirty Harry movie, but that's not the one.
All right, we're going to Hillbilly Scribbs. Can he tie for the lead?
Maybe. I think it was the Sudden Impact.
Sudden Impact is right. We
That's
got
correct.
a temporary tie at the top. Final answer the first round. Ryan, Carmel Mountain Payne, what do you have?
I believe he has like a one-liner in every one of them. I went with Sudden Impact as well.
There you go.
There
you
it
got
is.
correct. And
Got it correct.
5 points for Hillbilly Scribbs, 1 for John Mariano. But the end of the first round, Reilly, Ryan, Carmel Mountain Payne, 6 out of 8. That's a great start for him there.
That's a good start. If you can get out of the first round, Ken, with 6 points, I'd say you're doing well. 5, not too bad either for Hillbilly. It's John Mariano I'm looking at. This is a bad news bears kind of situation here going into round 2. He's got to make up some points here. Hopefully he gets a good spin and he can get back on track.
Right, absolutely. This is where a lot of the games can be made or broken. It's the wheel round, and that wheel, she be a fickle mistress. Let's go ahead and explain any rules for anyone who does not know the rules of the infamous round number 2. Each competitor here spins a category. They can category wheel. They can re-spin once unless the wheel lands on opponent's choice. Competitor will get 4 questions from a chosen category. Questions are worth 2 points. They can go to multiple choice if requested, but that drops the value of the point to 1. Opponents may steal if the competitor gives an incorrect answer. The repeats and challenges that you left on carry over here as well and throughout the rest of the game if you haven't lost your challenge already. So all challenges are there. So we've got this wheel going here. So Ryan, you are in the lead, which means you can spin or you can defer to the next in line, which would be Hillbilly Scribbs. What would you like to do?
Most of my matches, I have no problem going first, but because of the stakes that's involved, I'm going to defer.
He's going to
He's
defer.
deferring. All right.
Not going first is good in Schmodown and relationships as well. But Hillbilly Scribbs, you have that choice now as well. You can defer to John Mariano or spin yourself.
You know what? Let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to go ahead and spin.
He's going to spin.
He's taking the spin. All right, Ken.
Here we go. Here we go.
And the spin is in. The spin is in.
Spin is in. The digital wheel, we know in the movie Trivia Schmodown, the digital wheel's created a lot of controversy. I don't know what it's done here.
Sure has. Look.
Right,
Oh.
I'm going to say, from my vantage point, that's Emilio Estevez. At least
I would
something different.
I would back that up. I see Emilio Estevez. The question now is, he's going to keep Emilio Estevez movies. That's a strength of John Mariano. Could steal some things and actually get back in this.
You know what? I'm actually, as much as I would love for us to hang out with Emilio, I'm going to spin this again.
He's going to spin again.
Yeah.
Spinning again. Okay.
All right. Do it. Spin again. Spin is in. Look at that.
The spin is in. And
some other choices on the wheel, Mark. Bald and afro. A little different than the movie Trivia Schmodown for this event.
That's right. Oh.
DCEU. The DCEU.
All right. Let's do it.
Right.
I will take the DCEU. My shirt says I need to do this. So we have 4 questions in the realm of the DCEU. You guys can steal. We have 2 competitors with your whiteboards that you can write down the answer if Hillbilly Scribbs does miss. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Your first question from the DCEU. Who directed 2019's Shazam?
2019.
Shazam.
So long ago.
It's a good movie in that DCEU, Ken. I enjoyed it.
We are going to need an answer here in 5, 4.
I'm gonna have to go multiple choice. I think I know it, and I know I'll know it when I see it.
All right.
Multiple choice he's taking, Ken. All right. And your multiple choice answers. Is it A, David Ayer, B, Zack Snyder, C, David F. Sandberg, D, James Wan?
A lot of choices there.
Well, those were none of the choices I thought it was, so I'm glad I went multiple. I'm gonna go
answer
with the number C.
4, 3.
Number C.
All right.
So he
we'll
chose
accept number C.
We will accept number C. David S. Sandberg is correct. He did direct 2019's Shazam, and that's a point for Hillbilly Scribbs here.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Second question coming in.
All right, here we go, Ken. On to question number 2 in the DCEU. Your question is, fill in the blanks. In brightest day and blackest night, no evil can escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power blank.
All right, man. That's pure poetry right there.
It
I don't know
is.
if I
That was a
get
poetic
that
thing.
there. Scribbs is thinking about that there. We're going to need an
I'm
answer
pretty
shortly, though.
sure
And
It's
four,
Beware My Power,
three.
Green Lantern's Light.
That's a big 2-point one
That
right
is a
there.
big
That
2 point.
is
Big
correct.
2
Hillbilly Scribbs,
points
that's
there.
a good one there, filling in the blank. Not always easy, Ken, and he nailed it there with Green Lantern's Light.
All right, there you go. There you go. 8-6 lead. Third question mark coming in.
Third question in your DCEU is, what Star Wars actor also plays the role of Aquaman's father in the movie Aquaman? Ken, anytime we can merge Star Wars and DC, I'm a happy camper.
Yeah.
I was about to write it down. It's Tamora Morris.
That's a big 2-pointer right there. It is Tamara Morrison. He is Aquaman's dad, Jason Momoa's dad in the movie Aquaman, directed by James Wan. Big 2 points there, Ken.
Big 2 points indeed, which means he goes into his fourth and final question with a chance to extend that lead. Mark, what's his
Here we
final
go.
question in DCEU?
Your fourth and final question in DCEU is, what supervillain other than Lex Luthor appears in the end credits scene of Justice League?
Ooh, you got to stay.
Do you
to the
want
end,
his?
Mark.
Do you want his fancy like wrestling name or his real life name? Because one is because he's Deathstroke.
All right, we'll accept Deathstroke for 2 points.
We will accept Deathstroke for 2 points.
It's listed here. Slade
Or
Wilson
Slade
as
Wilson.
well, but Deathstroke is what you got. That's what
got
we're gonna
both.
accept right there.
He knows his DCEU, Ken. He sure does.
Right, pretty
Nailed
good
it.
round there for Mr. Scribbs. He may live in an outhouse half the year, but he's doing the Lord's work right now. 12-6 lead, which means, Ryan, once again, it goes back to you if you'd like to spin or defer to your pizza-eating opponent.
You know what? I want a challenge here. So, John, you can go ahead and spin.
Oh,
John, you are up
Where
for
your
the
mouth is.
spin here.
Pizza out of your mouth. Where your mouth is.
Those are
All
some
right.
strong words, Ken. He wants a challenge, so he's letting John go. John needs to get
All
some
right.
points on the board, so let's see if this
There we
wheel
go.
will be kind.
Spin is in. He spun from the wheel, not the pegs, like you're supposed to.
Right.
All right.
Ooh.
Category.
Oh.
Star Wars, the wars in the
He
stars.
landed on Star Wars.
Does he want to take that or spin again?
So with both of you on the desk, I know it's not a strength of mine, but I would be remiss if I didn't take it.
All right. He wants to hear the Star Wars questions. All right.
He's doing the Star Wars.
You
That's a
got-
good call there. We love that here, Ken.
Yeah, I do. All right. 4 questions coming down to you, Mr. Mariano. Don't forget, you have multiple choice. You have used one JTE rule. Who is the only non-Jedi in the original Star Wars trilogy to use a lightsaber?
Han Solo.
That's correct for
Boom.
2 points.
That's a big 2 point there,
Empire
right
Strikes
there, Ken.
Back. I thought they smelled bad on the outside.
That's right, Ken.
Second question. How are the black stormtroopers who are protecting Orson Krennic in Rogue One called? What
Yep.
are they called?
Death Troopers.
2 more points for the
2 more
Sandman.
points. Look at this,
2
John
more
Mariano.
Points. He is crawling back into this game here. Third question. What is the first Star Wars movie to have Yoda completely computer generated?
It's a good question, Ken.
It's a good question. You have to think.
The answer is Attack of the Clones.
2 points, Attack of the Clones. Of course,
That's
theatrically,
another
The
big
Phantom
one.
Menace had a puppet Yoda. Later in the re-releases, the DVD, Blu-rays, they made him. That was the first movie. All right, John, you're doing good. You're doing good. Almost a perfect round.
John
You were at
crushing.
7 points. Abe,
Mm-hmm.
quick lead over Ryan. Ryan falls to last place with his question still to come. All right. Here you go. Fourth question. Who is the last character to slide down the garbage chute in A New Hope?
Great question.
Probably
Great
playing
question.
the scene in his head here.
Yes, he
Okay, need
is.
to answer in
Han Solo.
5,
Boom.
2 points.
2 points. Big 2 points.
All right. Han Solo coming up big in that round. Han Solo,
Sure.
yeah, absolutely getting in there, doing the final scream and shout. And, of course, if you look close, especially in the original theatrical release, when he goes in, the little metal bars shake like rubber. All right. Mark, that was a great round. Perfect round. He goes from 1 point to 9. He's in this game. A lot of pressure on Ryan, who came into this round leading, and his spin is up.
Well, that's right. And he wanted it this way. He wanted, as he said, a challenge, and that was a good challenge from John Mariano getting back on the board like this. Let's see what he gets.
Ryan's got to be thinking you wanted the best. You got the best. The hottest band in the world, Kiss, here with the spin. That made no sense. I'm just making a reference to Kiss. All right.
Oh, Star Wars again.
Yeah,
Spin again. Spin again.
Spin again. All right.
Oh.
It is.
It looks like
Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible. I got to tell you, Reilly, a lot of different categories here in the movie trivia face-off. I enjoy it. If they were ever to make a Young Guns category, I might be here.
Yeah.
He's going to keep it. You're going to take it.
Keeping it.
Yeah.
Keeping the Mission Impossible.
You're going to take it. Mark and I are going to split these questions here. You're going to get 4. Reilly is going to give you the first 2. I'll give you the last 2. Carmel Mountain, here you go.
Okay, Carmel Mountain, your first question in the Mission Impossible category is, what does IMF stand for?
Going to the basics here. Going direct. I like
The basics,
it. I like
indeed.
it. This is great.
Impossible Mission Force.
That's
That's
big 2
correct
points
for
right
2
there.
points. Look at that. He hops right
Correct.
back in it. 8 points there. A big 2-point answer. Remember, the opponents can steal if someone misses it. All right. Second question from you, Mr. Reilly.
Okay, second question in Mission Impossible. Who is the only character aside from Ethan Hunt to appear in all 6 films?
Oh, wow.
And we are looking for the character name.
Character name. The character name. All right. I wouldn't know this. I wouldn't know this, Mark. We're going to need an answer, though, coming down in 5, 4.
I think it's a trick question, so I'm just going to go multiple choice.
Multiple choice is
Multiple
in.
choice it is. All right. Is it A, William Brandt, B, Declan Gormley, C, John Musgrave, or D, Luther Stickle? Luther Stickle.
D, Luther.
That's
is
correct for a
correct.
point. He ties Mariano
There we
at
go.
the bottom of the standing, so to speak. But really, it's a close game. Great pull. Sometimes that multiple choice is what you need. I always say punt the ball. Don't throw for the end zone all the time. All right.
All right.
2 more questions left. Your third one in the round, though, Mr. Ryan. What is the biological weapon at the heart of MI2 called?
Ooh. That is a deep cut for a Mission Impossible 2 that nobody liked.
That's right. Going down here. We're going to need an answer coming down here in 5, 4, 3,
Multiple choice.
2. Multiple choice. It is A, Legacy, B, Chimera.
Chimera.
C. That is correct for 1.
He got it.
Chimera.
He knew it, Ken. He knew that question. All
Chimera.
right.
All right.
Gets
all
the
right.
point.
Also, the name of Grand Admiral Thrawn's ship there. All right.
All
Final
right.
question in round 2. Name Philip Seymour Hoffman's character in Mission Impossible 3. What is his character's name?
Wait, what?
Oh, in MI3.
Okay.
Oh, MI3. Sorry.
Damn. Oh.
Gonna need an answer in 5.
Can't say his last name. Multiple choice.
4. Multiple choice is in Mission Impossible 3. A, Owen Davian. B, Sean Ambrose. C, Kurt Hendricks. D, Franz Krieger. Gonna need an answer in 5,
Just
4,
had it. Can you give me the options again?
2. A, Owen Davian. B, Sean Ambrose. C, Kurt Hendricks. D, Franz Krieger.
Because 2 of those names are villains, but they're not in my 3. I'm gonna go with A.
Owen Davian is correct for a point. He
That's
got
correct.
there, Mark. He got
He
there.
got
Got
there.
One repeat of the answers in there, and that keeps him in contention here. 11 points coming out of that one. But Mariano going from 1 to 9, Reilly, that's a big swing that could change things.
That is a big swing. That just puts him right behind Hillbilly and Ryan going into the third round here. That's a big one. John Mariano needed that for that second round. And Ryan had a pretty good showing too in Mission Impossible, but Hillbilly still is holding on to a lead here with 12 points.
Yeah.
Ken, I'm excited to get in on this third round here.
I am very excited here. The round 3 is, as you all know, has point values attached to the questions. And we are going to get 3 numbers from these competitors that will correspond to 3 random categories. Each competitor gets 3 questions. As I said, questions are worth 2, 3, and 5 points. There's no stealing or multiple choice in this round, though our competitors can use any JT rule they have remaining. John has 2, Ryan and Hillbilly both have 3. All right. Because you're in the lead, Hillbilly, I'm going to need 3 numbers from you from the numbers 1 through 12.
Well, how about, since you're with us here tonight, Ken, I'm going to go with 7 and 11.
Oh, good choice.
And
I'm hungry.
Since Mr. Reilly's here, and in my humble opinion, it is the best Superman movie, I'm going to go with 1.
Look at that. 7,
I like that.
11, and 1 from Hillbilly Scribbs. All right. Ryan Payne, you are up next. What do you got?
I really want to do 11 because of the number of Star Wars movies. Oh, wait, no. I forgot Clone was 12. My first number, 12. I'll also go with 5.
Okay.
And let's go 8.
5. All right. So 12, 5,
5, and 8.
8, 12, 5, and 8. Mr. John Mariano, you are in the rear with 9 points, but anything can happen around 3. What are the numbers you want?
Let's keep it simple. Let's go with 2 for Jeter, 3 for Ruth, and 4 for Gehrig.
Look at that. Derek Jeter, Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, all Hall of Famers. Jeter, 1 vote away from being unanimous. All right there. Okay, we have that there. Reilly, so how this will work, we are going to go to a 2-point question for Mr. John Mariano.
Yes.
That is, he chose number 2.
2.
Mark, do you want to deliver that one?
I'll deliver it. Yeah, that comes in the category. Your 2-pointer, John Mariano, is in the category of 1990s movies.
Ooh, there we go again. That 90s. That decade.
1990s. It's the decade I know well and love. So, John, are you ready? Your 2-point question. What is the subtitle of the 90s sequel bomb to Speed?
Oh, wow. Look at this. I saw this in the theater, Mark.
Speed 2 Cruise Control.
That's correct. For
That's correct. 2
points.
points.
No hesitation.
None whatsoever, Ken.
hesitation
He
there.
knew Speed 2 Cruise Control. Jason Patrick taking over for Keanu Reeves. I can't believe I even know that information, Ken. That movie sucks.
It was not good. All right, here we go. Ryan, you are going to be next. It's a tie between you and Mariano at 11 points, like we said. But you are up now. You chose number 12. And that is in the category. No? Oh, okay.
Comedies.
All right.
No?
2 points.
Everybody at home is
Laughing now. 2-point question. It will put you in the lead.
Okay.
What 90s comedy features Chris Farley as a man adopted and raised by ninjas?
Beverly Hills Ninja.
You got 2 points. You're on
2
the board
points.
there in the third round. 2 points. Patty
2 points for-
Rothberg on that soundtrack. Patty Rothberg on that great soundtrack. All right, there.
Knowledge I didn't know you had, Ken. I love that.
You know, it came out when I was DJing there up at K-Bear, so know it well. This is now a situation where it is a lead. 13 to 12 to 11, which means we go to John Mariano to get this question there. Reilly will be administering this one.
Okay.
John, of course, chose a number that corresponds to Babe Ruth, but also to the category of Directors.
Directors, that's right. And your 3-point question, John Mariano, you chose 3, the category directors. And your question is, Eddie Murphy and director John Landis collaborated together in how many movies? That's a big one there.
Counting here.
Counting movies. John Landis collaborated with Eddie Murphy.
Yeah. He's going to be counting the numbers there, but we are going to need an answer shortly in 5.
2?
That's incorrect. We were looking for 3 movies. 3 movies that John Landis collaborated with Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, 3 movies. All right. Reilly, this is a do or die moment here.
That's right.
The Sandman Mariano has 11 points. He has a beautiful head of hair right now.
Yes, that's right.
He needs to answer this final question to stay in the game. It's a 5-point question. Mark's going to be administering this question. You can feel the tension across the nation here as we're connected to the power of the internet.
That's right.
A powerful device created by Al Gore so we could argue about movies. Mark, take it away.
And a very apropos question here, Ken. You chose the number 4. John, that corresponds to the category of hair movies.
Oh, wow.
Hair
it's
movies.
Like fate is stepping in here.
How ironic. Your hair is on the line, and you have to answer a 5-point question from hair movies. And that question for 5 points, John Mariano. In You Don't Mess with the Zohan. Zohan escapes to New York to become a hairstylist. What is the nickname of Zohan's nemesis, played by John Turturro?
Wow. This is deep.
That is a question, Ken, and that is a deep question, Ken.
That is a deep one. That is a deep one. All
I
right.
don't study these movies. I definitely don't study Adam Sandler
We're
movies.
going to need an answer, though. 5.
I'm going to go with the Jesus.
3. That is incorrect. Incorrect. We are looking for the Phantom.
The Phantom.
Phantom, the Jesus, of course, Turturro's character from Lebowski.
I wish we could accept it, John, but unfortunately.
So John has been eliminated.
John Mariano, the Sandman.
Good for him, but he is contributing here to a good cause. But Mark, we are still going to determine who the winner of this match is. Talking about bragging rights. So Mariano's going to sit there, stuff a pizza pie in his face here. We are going to go to the first question for Hillbilly Scribbs. He's got 12 points. He chose the number 7. The number 7 2-point question in the category of Sam Mendes films. Sam Mendes. 2-point question here. In what year was the James Bond flick Skyfall released? There we go.
A sneaky movie release dates question, and Sam Mendes.
Sneaking it in there. All right. Scribbs thinking here. We're going to need an answer, though, in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat it. Or JTE.
Repeat there. In what year was the James Bond flick Skyfall released? All right. He's thinking, but he's going to need to answer in 5, 4.
I don't know. 2014.
Incorrect. Looking for 2012. So close.
So close.
Close. All right. Well, still got a couple more questions here to kick it back to Ryan. Ryan still got 2 on the board if he needs them. But we are going to go to your next question here. Hillbilly Scribbs chose number 11. One half of the honoring my restaurant of choice, 7-Eleven.
Good restaurant. 5 stars.
Peanut butter and jelly, prepackaged, sits on the shelf for about 3 days.
Yeah.
That's the best.
It's delicious.
Number 11 is in the category of comic book movies. Comic book movies. 3-point question. In what comic book adaptation can you find Denzel Washington playing the role of DEA Special Agent Robert Bobby Trench, who faces off against Edward James Olmos?
Ooh.
Right. A lot on the line here. A lot on the line here.
A lot on the line.
Over this.
It's a big 3 points if he can get it.
Big 3 points. We're going to need an answer here in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Let me go one more repeat on this one.
All right.
All right.
We're going to use that there. And what comic book adaptation can you find Denzel Washington playing the role of DEA Special Agent Robert Bobby Trench, who faces off against Edward James Olmos? The character, not the actor. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I don't got it.
He does not have it.
He
Two
didn't
guns.
pull it.
Two guns. A lot of
Oh,
people
man.
either
Little-
forget or did not realize that actually was a comic book series.
Was
Two
a
guns
comic book
and
movie.
Yeah.
3
That's a
guns.
good question. Good
All
question.
right. Riley, this
Bro,
is exciting. It
this
comes
is
down
exciting.
potentially to this final question, a 5-point question for Hillbilly Scribbs. He takes off his fishing hat there. At least I assume that's his fishing hat. It might be his crapping hat, but he's taking it off, showing us his beautiful head of hair. This is all for the benefit of St. Baldrick's Foundation, the Childhood Cancer Research Organization. They do good work, but also this is for some serious bragging rights and big victories in the Movie Trivia Face-Off League. He chose, and I'll administer this. Ryan has 2 more on the board. Hillbilly Scribbs, for his 5-point question, chose the number 1. 1. And that is the category of Tom Cruise movies.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
Tom Cruise.
Okay.
movies.
5-point question. In what Tom Cruise movie can you see Jason Statham making a cameo as his transporter character, Frank Martin? This is a big question.
Big
One
question.
JT on the board for him.
Big 5-pointer.
This could be a big win for Ryan Colonel Mountain Payne. We're going to need an answer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Repeat it. Use my last repeat.
You repeat.
Last repeat.
In what Tom Cruise movie can you see Jason Statham making a cameo as his transporter character, Frank Martin? This is big. We see him going around in his brain there. We're going to need
He's thinking.
answer in
He's thinking. Does he pull it?
Is it?
4, 3, 2,
Is it The Farm?
1. And your winner, Ryan Karma Mountain Payne. The answer was Collateral. One of my
Collateral.
favorite movies, and I did not know this. I learned something here today, Mr. Riley.
You sure did. This is one of the best Michael Mann movies there is. Yeah, Jason Statham makes a cameo there at the beginning.
Yeah.
But Hillbilly Scribbs couldn't quite pull it, and we have a big win there for the Caramel Mountain. He was focused, he was locked in, and he did pull out the win. Only needed to answer 1 question in that 3rd round there. That must feel pretty damn good.
That is a good 3rd round there. If you can kind of, I'm not saying he skated through like he, backed his way into the playoffs or something like an 8-8 football
Right.
team. He got there. He had the lead, and he just kept it. And the other guys couldn't get there. A lot of beautiful heads of hair in this match with all 3 competitors. But now you see what happened here. The Mountain, who went into this match, Mark, worried about losing his hair with that on his focus there. We wondered, would that knock him off his game? He came in here with a big win, Mr. Riley.
He sure did, and that's going to be looking pretty good. That confidence building win here, Ken, is going to lead to that one geek to rule them all title that is for the World War Geek free-for-all that's coming up.
Yeah, man.
But my God, yeah, what a great, you got to say, for all the competitors here, they were doing good. Hillbilly Scribbs there in the 1st round, really taking it to all of them. And John Mariano coming back strong in that 2nd round for Star Wars, but couldn't quite pull it there at the end there. And we have the Caramel Mountain just coming out on top, just like he should be on the mountain.
And you know what? As we, I am not as talented as someone as like Jen Sturger or Emma Fife, Mr. Riley. But I think you and I can go ahead and handle some of these post-match interviews, right?
Let's do it, Ken. We can do it. We're not like those ladies. We're less than those ladies, of course, but we can handle it, I'm sure. All right. Well, we're going to go with our first loser, unfortunately, here. We'll go to John Mariano here. How are you feeling right now, and are you worried about your hair at all?
Of course, I'm worried about my hair. You know, they talked me into this. They pitched it was for the kids. It would be fun. It was supposed to be a lightweight match. We have Mark Camire interjecting, throwing challenges.
Yep. That's what Camire does.
Yeah.
We had some rough questions there. I mean, it was my fault. I couldn't pull Catch Me If You Can.
Yep.
You know, I'll be honest. I was more worried about the pizza at that point than I was. You know, I figured I'd come on strong. I did.
It's not a bad thing.
Pizza's good.
You know.
John, you're here with your manager, correct? Andrew the Elk, Kelk. Andrew, what do you think about what you saw here today?
Well, you know what, Ken? My competitor was out there. He was fighting his heart out, and he was doing it for a good cause. And I will tell all of you, you've been watching me for a while. You know, the Elk doesn't generally like kids. They're small, they're excitable, and they never pick up a check. That's the worst thing about kids. But this is a wonderful cause. And I'll tell you, the first donation is going to come in from me. I've got lots of things to say about this match, how that challenge went against my man, which I don't think is fair at all. But I'll take that up with the leadership. We'll see what's happening. I think he fought hard. I think he did it for the right reason. And as I said, that donation to St. Baldricks is so important. We've got to help people who need our help the most. I'm putting in my money, and I'm proud of John Mariano for representing the Dollhouse in this matchup. I'm proud of John Mariano for putting up a fight against two competitors. On any other day, he's taking the win, guaranteed.
You know, hey, you can always live to fight another day there, but John is you know, you got to hold your head up high as best you can, John. You really came back there in that final second round to get into a position to even be in the game there. So well said by Andrew, especially the stuff about the kids. I've never seen a child pay for a meal, so I agree with the Elk there on that. So on that, thank you, gentlemen. We're going to go to our next interview here. Hillbilly Scribbs, who kind of put a lot of this behind into this event. His roommate Jeff helped organize this. Hillbilly, you're there with your manager. What do you think about just where's your head at right now?
Well, I got to tell you, you know, actually my head's in a pretty good place because this is the first match I ain't got TKO'd in.
Mm-hmm. It's a good
so that's
show
big.
there.
That's big.
That's big.
And you know, as those other rascals was saying, this is for a really, really good cause, and I'm happy to do whatever I can to help out that cause. And yeah, and you know, and since I didn't get TKO this time, I feel like, you know, maybe one of these days I actually might get a win. It was pretty close tonight.
You know what, Hillbilly, you would have fooled me if you had never told me that. I would have thought that you would have won some matches here. You really showed a wide breadth of knowledge there. But I want to talk to your manager here, Mark the Maniac. Mark, you put up a challenge, very well played. That's what part of the reason the manager is here. What's going through your head right now?
Well, honestly, I feel a little bad about that because the poor guy was only up by a single point and he got another point and I just had to take it away from him. But I'm sorry. I don't know who Wanatabi is. He could be a great person. He could be a great actor somewhere else in the world. But you know what? Ken Watanabe in the Godzilla films, that's the guy we're looking for. And Hillbilly, let me tell you something. You can put down yourself all you want, but you played great today, okay? You played extraordinary. You came out of that second round on top, okay? Nobody thought you could do that. Everyone always thinks you're a hillbilly. You can't count. You can't spell. You can't find your way from one room to another, but not this guy. And it was for a good cause. You played for a good cause. People say that we're heels. We're not heels. Would a heel do this willingly? No. So do not hang your head on this. You played extraordinary. I, for one, am proud, and I know the rest of the fraction is proud of you.
Good words, encouraging words from a manager there, Mr. Reilly. You know the importance of a manager. And Hillbilly Scribbs, look, I don't know what you do to get your spirits back up, maybe go out in the back pen and root around in the mud with the pigs. I don't know what you do, but I hope you find some peace in your heart. You competed really strong today.
You sure did. Sound advice from Mr. Napzok there. And yeah, I wouldn't know that, you know, you'd never get past the TKO. You played a hell of a good match, and this is, as we said, a good cause. So thank you, boys, for that.
All right.
Thank you,
From
fellers.
there, we're going to go to our big winner right now. This was a very impressive victory there.
All right.
Carmel Mountain is manager Alex is she's out right now. Carmel Mountain kind of on his own here today. You see a belt over his shoulder. Mr. Ryan Carmel Mountain Payne, you have got to be feeling really great right now.
I do feel good. I mean, it's unfortunate my manager Alex couldn't be here, but like all managers, she's out there making her moves. You know, she's getting business done. She's hard at work, you know, just trying to get not just myself, but all other members of our faction into some matches. And also, she's going to be managing Mariano's girls. She's got her plate full. And so I can't blame her if she wasn't unable to make it. And I'm pretty much repeating the same words of all my other opponents. We are doing this for a great cause. And also, I mean, I wanted, as I mentioned round 2, I wanted a challenge moving into round 3, because when that pressure is on you, it's either you just fall apart or you just rise up. You know, they're saying no pressure, no diamonds. And I just feel lucky that I was able to just really by this much. I really thought I was going to go all the way to my last question.
Wow, you know, you played a great game, and outside of what this match was for, Ryan, we know there's some good things going on behind this match and the purpose for this match. We're going to talk about that in a sec. But what does this victory do for you in the movie trivia face-off? You've got some big goals. Where do you think this catapults you to now?
Well, I mean, clearly, I definitely want to move forward, you know, winning belts. I mean, not just metaphorically, but hopefully the next time I show up and I'm wearing a belt, it's because I won a championship. But other than that, I'm looking to have fun. My past season, I came this close to becoming the first singles champion, fell short of that. But now, like you guys have shown, I'm focused, I'm moving ahead. Now, honestly, me looking towards the World War Geek could have thrown me off. But luckily, I was able to, you know, keep one foot on the ground, you know, keep my head out, you know, not keep my head in the sand, but just, you know, make sure I don't bury myself with all this pressure. But with the future, yeah, I'm looking to just play some matches, have some fun, you know, get the movie trivia face-off out there, you know, and hopefully we can bring more people into this league, not just for players, but also managers. And honestly, it's just like there's just a lot on my mind. But right now, I'm just, you know, I'm glad taking this in. I'm so thankful I don't have to cut my hair for this because it scared the hell out of me.
You got a beautiful head of hair.
It's a beautiful head of hair. I understand the connection.
Why don't you run your hands through your hair? It's beautiful. Just show the world. Look at this. You get to keep that while those other scrubs get to cut their hair for a good cause, but you get to keep your luxurious look. So, Ryan, thank you so much. We look forward to seeing more of you here as you head towards World War Geek in May. Maybe you will be the one geek to rule them all, and maybe we'll see you down the line along with a lot of these competitors at a movie trivia schmodown event.
What are you doing? We're out.
What you got for being mean? You better be nicer. That is awesome.
So, Mark, we are about ready to wrap up here. What a fun event for you and I to do. It was, Jeff Saunders, Scribbler, the roommate of Hillbilly Scribbs, is someone I really respect with what he does with his career and what he does with his heart, and putting together an event like this. And thanks to everyone for the movie trivia face-off for letting us be a part of this, Mr. Reilly.
Yeah, I was honored to be asked to call this. Honored, as always, to call a match with you, Mr. Napzok. And this is, as you said, a great, great cause that we are helping it. And you can do it at stbaldricks.org/fundraisers/MTFO charity match. That's the movie trivia face-off. charity match, and we're going to have that all in the descriptions of this video. And those boys, boy, those were some great questions, Ken. And unfortunately, two boys are going to have to lose their hair for this, but that's all in the game.
Yeah, all for a good cause. Again, stbaldricks.org. You can head over there any time of the year. You don't have to do it for this event, but we encourage you, because of this event, help raise awareness, raise funds for childhood cancer research, something very important. Again, in most cases, every dollar donated, 4 to 5 cents goes in, not here. That's why we're doing it. That's why this is here. And again, description, like Mr. Reilly said, is in the video of this description. This description of the video is the links. You know what I'm saying here.
Yep.
We've had a lot of fun here today. Thank you again to everyone here at the Movie Trivia Face-Off. You know, Mark Reilly and I have been competing in the Movie Trivia Schmodown since, well, a long time ago. Since the very beginning. And the passion and support that we feel from a lot of people from leagues like this, it really does make our day better, Mark, right?
It sure does. We've been from the start, Ken, as you said, and it's just wonderful to see that these, not only these fan leagues, but the league in general, the fans all united. We're a part of this. We're all together, especially for a good cause like this. So congratulations to the winner there, the Carmel Mountain, and those other two. You boys are going to be back on those horses real quick there. Ken, enjoyed my time with you here on the Movie Trivia Face-Off League.
Absolutely. We'll do it again sometime. For Mark Yodi Reilly, I'm Kat Napzok. And for everyone in the Movie Trivia Face-Off League, we'll see you next time. Go to stbaldricks.org. Bye.
2000s. Who plays bounty hunter Carson Wells in No Country for Old Men?
That Carson Wells.
Love this film. Oh, great movie.
Okay, come on. If I want to beat Jake, if I want to get that title from Jake, I need to know this question. Come on, what is it? No. What is it? Oh my God, I can't think of it. How am I blanking on that? I'm just going to have to add that next to the list. Okay. Oh. Alex, nice. She saw my match. All right, let's see what she's got to say. Oh, I hope it's good things. I really hope it's good things. Come on. All right, just need to...
Ryan. My boy. One of my favorites in my faction, Death Proof. You know, I have some issues. Just a few issues going into this match. Specifically because, one, you did not get my approval. Because that's a problem. But also, the first and second round, just going over your performance here. Your first and second round, you did fine. You did fine. You did fine. And I'm not okay with that. Now, that being said, going into second, you did okay. However, for your third and final round, you barely got through it. Why? Because Scribbs and John, they really just effed up, okay? I expect that from them because they're from another faction and I don't care about them. However, I do care about you, and therefore I expect greatness. I expect you to be the best that I can make you. And you did really you didn't do great. So, now that being said, if you do not improve, we're going to have some serious conversations after this. Okay, you're going to have to shave your head. Maybe I'll decide later. I don't know. I like your hair, but sometimes I don't. We'll find out. But at the same time, you can. So I'm going to send you some homework, and we have some whole bunch of studying to do. We have some categories to ace, because you can do better. So disappointed. Bye.
What? I think I made a big mistake joining this faction.
You still here? What are you doing here? Go home. Go. Bye. Go to bed.